Raliegh of Seinu Gardens. Today I'm doing a unboxing of some stuff that I've gotten over the past few weeks. Today I have a pair of Corona bypass printers. These actually cut very nicely. I do not remember the model number off the top of my head, but they have a dual link which allows them to better cut a larger stem size. The model number will be in the description below in this video. I also have a 10-inch Corona saw, which I use for cutting large material for bonsai. It's actually extremely sharp. I actually cut my thumb on it when I was first using it. It was actually so sharp that it actually healed within a few days. So, just be careful. I also have a pair of wire cutters I got today from Carolina Bonsai. They are a Japanese pair. I'm not sure the exact brand, but they are pretty high quality. I also have a new pair of shears to replace my old ones. These are also, I think these are the same brand as the wire cutters. Again, both are Japanese made. I just got these today, and I'm hoping to start using them in the upcoming season. And then I have two other things to go with this. Let me put these away real quick. I have here some washers, which actually let me grab some to cut the sofa with. I got multiple bypass printers, some of higher quality than others. These are actually Stanley. I only use these for, I use these at, well, I guess probably not anymore since they're rusted. But I had been using these to do cuttings. Oh, okay. Actually, it's apparently zip on it. There we go. Didn't see that first. So I got these washers. They're, the hole in them are 3/8 inch in the middle. And is it 3 inch or 5/8? I can't remember which, but either 3/8 or 5/8 washers. They're, I think, 1.5 inch. It should say on here. Yes, 3/8 inch on the middle hole and 1/2 inch wide. These are for seedlings. What I use them for is I'll take a seedling and I will bare root it, and then stick the seedling through the hole at about a 1/2 inch to a little bit more than a 1/2 inch below the root base. And what I do that for is to basically cause a layering or a cutoff joint to cut off the taproot, and the roots will grow out at that point, above that point on the root, and it will grow out and eventually go down over this, and it develops a good root base. I'm not actually going to open this right now because I don't have anywhere to use them yet. I just got to make my soil. I also have a box which contains 1 cubic foot of peat moss, which I'll be taking out as well. It's pretty heavy actually. I got off Amazon as well. I've got everything off Amazon except for the Japanese shears and the Japanese wire cutters. Everything else comes off Amazon, and there'll be links in the description of the video. But this peat moss is part of my soil, is one of my soil ingredients. While I'm sure I could probably use like a regular 8-quart bag of like a Miracle-Gro or something like that brand from Lowe's or Home Depot for my soil mix, I prefer for my soil mix something that's a coarser grade than what's usually sold in those 8-quart bags. And this is a 1 cubic foot, which is exactly what I need to make two batches of my normal soil. And actually for bonsai, I use a different type of soil from what most people use. I use something that's much cheaper than the same amount of bonsai soil, because I do it as part of a nursery, and I do it to cut costs. But it's a very good quality soil even for bonsai. But it's much cheaper, and it works very well for me and has for quite a few years now. This year I'm actually changing up the ingredients a little bit. Previously I used like a pre-mixed Miracle-Gro of 2 cubic feet, and mix that with a single bag of all sport turfs. This year I'm doing a little bit differently and making the Miracle-Gro type mix that I mix with the turfs, using a different mix, using 2 cubic feet of composted pine bark, usually listed as soil conditioner at Lowe's or Home Depot, a half cubic foot, which would be half of this is 1 cubic foot, half of this, and then also a single bag of turfs, and then I think that's it for a single batch. The peat moss, the soil conditioner, which is basically composted pine bark, and then turfs, which the turf is a single whole 50-pound bag of all sport, and that makes a single batch of my soil. But since I got 1 cubic feet, which is actually the smallest I could get off Amazon, I'll be making 2 batches, and there will be an upcoming video with how I'll be mixing my soil. So stay tuned for that. I think it'll be a very interesting video for some people that would be looking for ideas for how to mix soil, especially at a low cost. And also in that video have the actual finished soil mix of all the ingredients together, so you actually know the exact mix that I use. And that's all for now. Thank you. This is Eric Hadaway of Seinu Gardens. Bye bye.